Hey guys, my name is Iver and these are my objects of affection. You've all probably seen the GQ or Vogue videos with like 10 essentials or objects of affection, and I think it's a good window into getting to know what kind of people they are, so I thought I'd give it a go. Because I am very sentimental when it comes to my clothing, my accessories, and my just general items that I own. And I definitely want to show you more than just articles of clothing, so stick around for that. We are doing this unscripted though, I just know what pieces that I want to show you or what objects. So let's just keep it right off the dome. That's what it's called, right? Right off the dome? Well, let's just get right into it. For item number one, we have my Atelier Skin box bag. This thing is made from a horse Cordovan leather, handmade by one guy in the UK. He makes a lot of incredible stuff. Definitely check him out. He even works the iron himself, like you can see on these rings and like you can see on the lock. Incredible stuff. Oh, and you can see it in the hook as well right here. That goes through the strap. The strap is what it's called. This thing goes with me pretty much anywhere, unless I have to carry my MacBook. But if I'm like going out and about, you will see me with this on. I wear it all the time. It is incredible. It's holding up nicely as well. I just love the scarring on the leather and just the way it shows a lot of life, which is why I love leather in general. Leather is like my favorite fabric, if you will. And this thing is probably my favorite leather item, apart from maybe the one coming up. Who knows? But anyways, beautiful bag. Next item. The next item is actually two things, well, three things if you count the one filming this, and it's cameras. When I was young, I used to shoot like on my mom and dad's old camera, just like random photos, always loved that. But then when I got to high school, I bought my first DSLR and it was a non-stop since then. Started doing like macro shots of like insects and stuff, which was really fun. But with time, nothing beats analog photography. Like this thing especially, it's just a Canon SureShot AF7, 35mm point and shoot thing. Goes with me everywhere when I'm on a, when I do creative work. Because if you didn't know, I do a lot of like identity design for artists and such, which then includes a lot of photography, either if that is on stage, concert photography, or if it's a full-on shoot. It doesn't matter. This thing is probably what I'll be shooting most of it on, which many people find ridiculous because they usually expect a huge DSLR and me shooting 2,000 photos, but I'll just bring this and 3 rolls of like a Kodak Portra 400 or 800 and I'm good to go. And then we of course have this thing. It's a high-8 camera, very much a camcorder, 90s or 2000s. Incredible stuff. Looks so authentic, I love it. So if you see any of our like chronicles video or vlogs, a lot of stuff is shot on this. But if it's not shot on this, it is shot on the camera that you're watching me from right now, which is a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Incredible camera. It is so simple to shoot with, has a great tracker, video quality is good. It's very non-intrusive, so people don't really see that you're filming, which I love, and overall just an incredible camera. So if you do want to do vlogs, or just simple videos in general, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, not sponsored, incredible. You cannot go wrong with it, so good. And the next item is hanging here, and it is my Carpe Diem kangaroo leather shirt. This thing is either my favorite or my second favorite leather item. It is just absolutely incredible. It is from the early 2000s, actually worn by Brad Pitt, which is fun, one of my favorite actors, especially from like the Fight Club era. This thing is gorgeous, like burgundy, very dark red, almost with a hint of brown. The kangaroo leather is very sturdy, but still quite soft, which I love. The silhouette of this, especially with the longer sleeves, incredible, quite slim. 925 sterling silver buttons. Do I need to say anything else? This thing is just absolutely incredible. If you are able to find them on Grailed or eBay for an okay price, I'd say anything under 600 bucks or euros, go for it. Like this is very much worth it if you like the look. Make sure you don't get one of the ones that are too wrinkled, because that might happen. Crumpled up is probably more correct with leather, but this thing is absolutely incredible and I will never get rid of it. Next item. The next one I have to actually get up for. You'll see why. And that is because it is my vintage racing bike. This thing I actually bought quite recently, but I have just been living on it. I've been biking everywhere. It is summer in Oslo right now. And yeah, if you can get around without going like on buses or trams, this thing is perfect. And it looks so good as well, fits my aesthetic. It's a Norwegian made bike with Italian parts from the 80s, like Campagnolo parts. Everything is Italian on it, I think. I'm not like a bike expert, but I used to ride dirt bikes when I was younger, like, no, terrain bikes, what is it called? Like I rode like downhill biking when I was young, like down, like not mountains, but like rode in the woods pretty much a lot, which was fun. But I've never had a bike in the city before. And now that I do, I'll never not have a bike in the city. I bought it for like under 300 bucks. What a purchase. I love this thing. And yeah, not much more to say. Get a bike, get a vintage racing bike. They are beautiful and they are so much fun to ride. This thing wants to go fast. The next item is a horn, I guess. I love stuff like this. This thing on top of my desk while working is so cool. I do have to get it fixed because one of the horn like endings, I guess, is starting to fall off. But this thing will stay with me forever. I love, like I said, I love stuff like this, like the horn. The one that you see me, like the antlers that you see me have the mic on in some videos. Love that stuff. Like cups, like this, like rarities, like things that are different. This is definitely one of those things. It's an antique. I bought it at like a French bazaar that was shutting down. So I even got a good deal on it. And it's really cool. My girlfriend is not that big of a fan of it, but I love it. The next item is probably my now favorite thing in the world, and these are my Carol Christian Pole tornado boots. Still can't believe that I have these. I bought these like a month ago in Paris. Have been wearing nothing but these since. I think there's like 3 days when I haven't worn these, and that's because of the weather. That's it. I want to wear these every single day, and they are just absolutely gorgeous. Haven't swapped the sole out. I spoke to a cobbler. He said it's smarter to just let these live in and then swap the sole later on. Plus I love the sound. When you walk in like a stacked leather heel, it sounds so good. They have a two-way zipper, like they are known for the zipper, obviously. You probably know this if you watch any fashion content. But yeah, these things, they have the tornado zip, which is why they're called the tornado boots. It goes around the boot and it's a two-way zipper, which is incredible. Surprisingly comfortable to walk in. Like I have been living in these, not a problem at all. Enough room in the toe, even though it's a bit of a pointy one. The leather is a Cordovan horse leather, which I think is incredible. Like if you look at the details there, this is the stuff I live for. Now I do regret saying that the previous two leather things are my favorite leather objects, because these definitely are. They just are. They are, Carol Christian Pole tornado boots. I don't need to say anything else. If you like fashion, if you like avant-garde fashion, you love these things. That's just almost a fact. And I am no different. These will stay with me forever, and I will wear them to the absolute ground. And when they're absolutely broken, like absolutely, I will try to find a very similar pair. Next is an old one, and that is my wallet, or card holder is probably more accurate. It's from a Norwegian brand that used to exist called Mardu and Dean, and this thing has just been through an absolute journey. I mean, look at this thing. This used to be shiny. So in 2018, I was at a festival and I lost this in the mosh pit. So I started like trying to spread it open to find the wallet on the ground, which was difficult, but everyone thought I was making like a new mosh circle, I guess. It's a fun memory though, but I did find it, which is insane. I found it like, it was like downtrodden, I guess, like stepped on in the very dry dirt. So it looked 100 years old immediately, and it was quite new at the time, and now it just looks vintage, and I absolutely love it for that. What do I carry in this, you ask? Let me show you. Apart from like my bank card, which you're not gonna be able to see, of course, for obvious reasons. Like I said, I'm quite sentimental, so I have this thing, which is like the card from the restaurant where I asked my girlfriend to be my girlfriend. Which is cute, I know. So this is from Rome, which is where we became a couple, I guess. And I'll always keep that with me. And then I also have, I actually had to retire the old photo, but here is the new one that I have in it. And she's absolutely adorable in it. I always have to keep a picture of her just because it's nice to look at, it's cute. She loves it, and it's just nice to carry it with me. Ooh, the next item is one of my favorites, and that is my wallet chain. You probably have seen this if you watch any of my content, but this is an antique 40s Gothic wallet chain. A lot of people think that this is Chrome Hearts. It's not, but this is older than Chrome Hearts itself. Like, this type of piece is what they have used as a reference for sure, and I just absolutely love it. Everything is 925 sterling silver, so the quality is ridiculous. And like you can see, it looks very much like a Chrome Hearts wallet chain. This is another one of those I'll keep forever unless I ruin it completely, but I will not do that. And yeah, I get a lot of questions about this and I love it. The next item is a book. I'm not a big reader, but I do find that philosophy, especially Stoicism, can be very helpful for me. And Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, this thing is incredible. It's a very tough read. I'm like at book 7 now, and I started reading this a year ago, so I just read a little bit here and there, and it takes ages. But if you actually reflect over what you read, this thing is incredible. Very helpful to just understand what to actually focus on in life, or just refocus for that matter. And yeah, keep a centered whole, I guess. Really good read. If this is a bit tough, I do have another suggestion, and that is the Daily Stoic. This thing, you just read 1 page per day. It's set up that way. So you first get like a quote, I guess, from a famous Stoicist, either Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and then you get an explanation as well. And the explanation is quite helpful because, again, this is translated from, I think, Latin, which makes it difficult to understand sometimes because it's obviously not written to even be published, especially Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, which a lot of the meditations quotes are in this book. But because it's not meant to be published, it's also very hard to understand sometimes. It's just meant to be written for himself, but this thing very much explains things in a good way. So if you want to get into Stoicism or philosophy in general, start with the Daily Stoic. It's a good read, trust me. Then we have another article of clothing, my Rick Owens tailored Bellas. These things I bought, 3 or 4 months ago now, right after I made part 1 of like changing my style video. I got it the next day. And I've not been wearing a lot of other pants since. I've had very much a strict uniform lately, and this has been at the center of that. This, the tornado boots, and either this t-shirt, a button-up shirt, or just a black Rick Owens level tee has been my go-to this summer so far, and spring as well. I had them hemmed, so now they just perfectly land on the floor, or the ground for that matter. Starting to get a bit of a heel bite, but I embrace that. Very thick fabric, like the thick twill that almost looks like corduroy. Because I have quite big thighs, these fit almost flared on me, which I love, which is why I got them. And yeah, perfect pants. I will for sure never get rid of these. And yeah, nothing more to say about these other than they are just the perfect pair of pants, for me at least, for my style. And they are now a daily occurrence in my style. The next thing is very interesting. I'm big into music, which you might know, and this is one of my favorite albums of all time. This is Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino by the Arctic Monkeys. Incredible album. If you haven't heard it, you have to. But this, in my opinion, is the best work that Alex Turner has ever done. Probably a bit of a controversial opinion, but I just love how cool it is. It's very much like an effortlessness over how cool he is in this album. He's just made a character for himself, and it just sounds, like I said, cool. I'm not really that good at explaining music, but it just takes over your brain when you hear it. Especially like the Ultra Cheese, which has become one of my all-time favorite songs. But yeah, this more than anything else represent just music in general. I love music. Music is something that I hold very dear to my heart, as in, like, I do a lot of creative work, but I've never made music, as I want to keep it as a hobby. So it's just something that I listen to all the time. If I am even going to the grocery store, which is right underneath me, I put on my AirPods and I listen to music all the way. And I like stuff like Arctic Monkeys. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of old Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones, some Black Sabbath, a lot of old rock lately, The Doors, Creedence Clearwater. But I don't only love rock, but lately it's been a lot of rock. But yeah, that's the music section. Next item. I broke the LP. I actually broke it. That's the saddest thing I've done today. It fell to the floor and it actually was destroyed. Let's move on. Jesus Christ. Then we have then we have rings. I am wearing them. I wear pretty much the same rings every single day. I've talked about this in a lot of the short form videos, but this is like my everyday stack. We do have a lot of bracelets, watches, necklaces and everything as well. Recently actually pierced my ears. But the rings stay the same every single day, which I think is a good thing for a uniform. Plus everything then feels a bit more natural. It feels more authentic to you. So I keep the same rings on, like I said, every single day. You should consider doing that too, because it has been a perfect uniform builder. And I love a good uniform. And then we have the last item. And everyone needs a good pair of sunglasses. And these ones are from Chimi. I do have another pair of Chimis, but these ones have just become my absolute favorite. They are super simple, super sleek. They don't do too much, but they don't do too little either. They just look cool and they don't look too... like I said, they just don't do too much with an outfit. I like simplicity nowadays. I want to keep things a bit more mature, toned back a little bit, and these ones help me do that. They are super simple, and now that I'm growing my hair out as well, imagine this with just like a lot of hair. Hard to imagine, but I think it's gonna look good. And I love these things. And yeah, light on the face, not too like annoying and in the way either. I can just have these on wherever, just not inside though. Trust me, don't be the guy with sunglasses inside. Everyone hates you if you do that, or you just look like an absolute douchebag. Unless you have clear glasses, like clearer, like a light tint or something, then it's okay. I'm not gonna judge. But if you're wearing full-on dark sunglasses inside, I'm going to look at you and think that you're a tool, pretty much. Like a bit of a douchebag. But yeah, those are 13 objects of affection. I very much deeply care about each one, which is why it's extra sad that the Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino LP just fell to the floor. It is what it is. It happens. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys get to know me a bit better through my objects, I guess, because you probably did learn something you didn't know about me. But yeah, unscripted videos like these are fun to make as well, because it just, I don't know what's gonna happen. And yeah, tell me if you want more unscripted or more style videos in general. I do have an idea for a type of video that I want to make next, which is gonna be cool, I think. Tell me if you have any particular things you want to see, and definitely consider subscribing, as we are now at what, 2,300? So we do have a bit of a momentum. We just need more consistency, and that is on me, of course. We need to upload more because I love doing YouTube. It feels so much more authentic and you guys get to know me. Everything feels more like a community rather than just like hooking people in for 3 seconds for a short form video. I think this is much more fun. I like talking about the stuff that I'm passionate about, talking about the stuff I love, either if it's fashion or music or books or movies or whatever. Like I love just sharing passions. That stuff gets me so riled up or so hyped. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, consider subscribing and liking the video. Would love to have you in our little community. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of the day. Bye.